Hey, what's up guys? This is Ozkavosh. And in today's video, I'm trying to bring something different from what I posted so far in the YouTube channel around the Shield Crush Impale build. If you've seen the other videos, you know that I'm a huge fan of Shield Crush Impale build. It's my favorite build, my first build I've ever ran since Kalandra. Like, the actual league I played was Kalandra. I would consider my first league. And I want to explain in-depth mechanics of the build so that you can know why you're dealing low damage, why you're not dealing as much damage as my POB. People said in other videos, your POB is showing at least 10 times your damage. I mean, when I recorded that video and the guy commented that, I wasn't like maxing out as much as I were like updating the videos. So I posted a video, and after the video I invested a lot on the build. I changed a lot of stuff and I increased my damage. I don't remember exactly how much of damage I got in that league, but I'm sure it was a lot of damage. And by the way, so that you can understand the power spikes, I'm gonna break it down every single mechanic, because this build has a lot of stuff going on. Like almost every build has that. PoE punishes you if you don't understand how specific things work. So if you understand how those things work, you can scale any build pretty much. If you understand lots of mechanics and put them together and make a combination and have it work. So yeah, first thing, Perfidy. Why do I use this? I have +2 to socketed AoE gems and level 21 Shield Crush. Like I said in the past videos, you must have level 24 Shield Crush. It increases a freaking ton of damage, and it costs 20 chaos for a level 21, 20% quality. I paid 20 chaos for this. If you buy it in the start of the league, it can be like 10 chaos, 15 chaos. But like, people have not started leveling gems at that point, so you won't see that much of gems. You would rather level a lot of them, like you have a secondary slot for weapons here, secondary weapon set, and then you can run a lot of Shield Crush gems, and then you can try corrupting them yourself. But then, you know, there are the odds, you know, 20, 23% breaking the gem, but if you hit it 21, 20%, a lot of damage. Why Perfidy again? Well, I have explained, but I'm gonna explain again. I have a Forbidden Flame and Flash set that it's costing around 5-6 divines. It increases a lot of damage. It's a min-max, so before investing on that, of course, you have some stuff you need to work on survivability. The focus is having this build running on a budget and then investing here. But the whole point of this build is you don't need much of currency at all to max it out. Like with 20 divines, you can have a stupid amount of damage in this build. I know 20 divines might sound a lot to you, but when you start running maps, when you start playing the game, actually playing the game and focusing on a certain mechanic, that is change money to you. Like, I guarantee you, if you min-max a build, if you know how to set up a good Atlas, like Expedition, Breaches, or even running heists, if you're good at some mechanic, there's no way you're not making currency in this game. You just need to play the game. So stop whining about your currency, because there's no such thing as a budget all content doer killer for less than 20 divines. If you find that, please link it on the YouTube comment section, and I'll price check the build and you'll shut me up. But anyway, the main focus of this build is helping starters. I am a recent player in PoE. I have 1 year so far playing because I started in Kalandra. Was that a year ago? Probably, yeah. So I played in Kalandra. I barely played in Sanctum. I had a level 80 character. I played in Crucible. I got to level 96 and stopped playing. I started playing Dota 2. I quit the league like in 2 weeks, I think. I started as a Bone Shredder, and then I went to Shield Crush Impale and stopped. And in this league, I have been grinding a lot. Like, 100%. I've been playing this league a long time. I even got a Mage Blood. I got a help from a friend to get it, so I have to be honest about what I achieved so far. But I made a lot of currency in this league. Like legit, I have made like over 300 divines. I have invested a lot in characters. I don't even know how much my builds are costing right now. This Shield Crush Impale build is already costing around, I would say probably around 70 divines. Pretty much. I'm not counting the Mage Blood. Like I said, you don't need Mage Blood to run the build. I spent 2 divines crafting Perfidy with 6 sockets. You need Dread Banner and War Banner. You need actually, you just need a War Banner Adrenaline duration. If you have enough coordination to throw both banners on the ground, that's nice. You're getting +3 to fortification, a lot of damage mitigation. I'm not like that. I just throw War Banner to get 100% adrenaline. You always have adrenaline on the Shield Crush Impale build. If you keep throwing the banners on the ground, picking it up, you hit the boss like 3 times, you can throw it on the ground again, you're always having adrenaline. Always maintain your adrenaline up, because it is indeed a stupid amount of damage and attack speed and move speed as well. So first thing, you just understood, drop the War Banner. Second part, I would consider it the second, like it's like in the podium with the Shield Crush level 2120, as you must get to start maxing your build, min-maxing like the damage and everything. Phantasmal Ancestral Protector. This gem is broken, like legit. It is a lot of attack speed that you get from that. You have the increased effect from Ancestor Totem buff with that. So you have 20% more attack speed and 20% increased effect beyond that. So it's a lot of attack speed. Plus the Helm enchantment and the Anointment. So you're getting a lot of buff effects from your Ancestor Totem. Then again, you have your Val Ancestral War Chief. Val Ancestral War Chief increases around 30% more damage in the build if you throw it on the ground. So, like the average DPS for the Shield Crush with the Val Ancestral War Chief increases 30%. But the combined DPS, if you throw the Val Ancestral War Chief plus the other stuff, it's not that much. It doesn't scale in the full DPS for the build. So, you're throwing the Val Ancestral War Chief. You need the Val Souls for that. So it takes a little bit of time to get the power spike into that. So when you're killing a boss, you're not having Val Ancestral War Chief at start. This is why you're not having stupid damage. Okay? Third part. This Shieldcraft, I got focus double damage. Is that a suffix? Yeah, a really good suffix, by the way. This shield is really, really good. If this build were meta, this would cost a ton of divines. Like legit, if Shield Crush Impale was like a really, really played build for a good portion of the community, this shield would cost a fucking ton because of the armor. You just need the armor to scale the Shield Crush damage. So you have the 4th part already, or was it the 5th part? I'm already lost. I'll stop counting because I just want to explain and make it really easy to understand how you can scale the damage. So, focus, I have it on my left click. I put it here on the control things because it's where I run my auras and the Berserk. So yeah, another part, you're having Berserk. You're generating rage because of this unique pair of gloves. These unique pair of gloves, sorry. And how do you maintain your rage? You maintain your rage with Enduring Cry. Enduring Cry is the stupid mechanic for this build to work as well, to mitigate your damage twice, because you have the Berserk having the rage generated by the health regen, plus the endurance charges that increase your elemental resistances and reduce the physical damage that you take. So if you're next to mobs and use Enduring Cry, you're getting endurance charges. And also another thing, when you're mapping, you're always getting hit because we're stacking armor, not evasion rating. So you're gonna get an endurance charge every single time. There's no way you're not getting an endurance charge, like capped endurance charges. Alright, we got to the Berserk. Another thing that scales the damage for this build, people have asked in the comment section before for this build, why I run accuracy rating. Why do you run precision if you don't crit? That's the answer. I don't crit. I need the accuracy rating for precise technique. So when I'm running this, you can just read that. It's written over there, 40% more attack damage if accuracy rating is higher than maximum life. But you never deal critical strikes. Critical strikes build, I'm gonna break it down to you guys. Critical strikes build tend to suck for melees. I mean, you can say like, you're wrong. I got 100 million DPS on my build, and yeah, but I'm talking about optimizing costs for your build. You can do almost everything with this build right here if you invest a few divs on it. Like, if you check prices and everything, you can reduce the budget for like way below 70 divines. I'm not even kidding. I've managed to do that a lot of times. I've always ran Shield Crush. I ran Shield Crush in the other leagues, but the ones I played mostly, I grinded. I considered myself playing 2 leagues. So yeah, precise technique, a lot of damage. Another thing that scales the damage a lot is cluster jewels, which is obvious for every build mostly. You need the 3 passives. You scale Feed the Fury and Feed the Fury again, Fuel the Fight. If you can get like 2 of these right here, you're scaling a bunch of damage. And if you want bonkers damage, you can maybe reduce some armor here. I wouldn't recommend you that, like getting rid of this node probably, or this one, putting a Thread of Hope here, spare some points, go the way up here and get another cluster jewel. It's a really exponential increase in damage if you get like the 3rd one. But then again, cluster jewels cost a lot. If you want to hit this one, let's just check the price right now. How much? Yeah, 2 divines, 4 divines. I crafted these clusters myself with the Horticraft. I hit the 3 passives. You can do that yourself, but it takes a lot of time. This is going to cost you almost a div, but I got it under a div, you know. I got it like around 150 C spent on the white light forces, well, the yellow white forces. I think it's the vivid one. And this one I bought for 1 div, I think. I don't really know. I got it for really, really cheap price because most of the builds are not running Strike Leader, I think. I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But then I have this bad boy right here that I paid like stupid money, 120 C, I think, with the Feed of Fury and Fuel the Fight. So I'm scaling 1, 2, 3 Feed of Furies here, which is a lot of damage. You don't need to actually go all the way up here. I tried just going this way. So yeah, I did the same as I did in Kalandra, but with less, you know. I put a medium Megalomaniac here. It's a lot of damage. Another thing that this build requires is a lot of auras. As you have seen, I run a lot of auras. You can run even more. If you put the Thread of Hope here, get this stance reservation. You can run Blood and Sin, Flesh and Stone. You get this. You can get more reservation. If you want to min-max the build even more, throw Ashes of the Stars, but that costs 40 divines. It's gone really expensive. In the Kalandra League, I paid like 18 or 19 divs for a really, really good one. And then I dropped like a 19% reservation. I'm sorry, that was the fan. It's so hot here. I forgot about the wind effect. Anyway, so I want you guys to understand everything around the build. I just wanted to make a complete walkthrough in the build. So, as I have told you, you need to use Frenzy 4 times to get your maximum Frenzy charges. If you don't want to do that, you can feel free to buy Anomalous Blood Rage. But Anomalous Blood Rage is really expensive. It's costing around 9 divines. Last time I checked was around 9 divines. It must be even more, I don't know. But it's really expensive. You get a 9% chance to gain a Frenzy charge when you hit a monster. So that's a really good gem. But then again, you're spending a lot. I didn't max out everything in this build because I was maxing out the Siege Ballista build to kill Uber bosses because I have never tried an Uber boss. I didn't want to max out this one and not be able to try an Uber Boss. Even though it's my favorite build, it has its cons. It's a good single target DPS dealer. It deals more damage against bosses. This is why I am focusing now this time, because I have mastered the mechanics for most of the Uber bosses. There's some Uber bosses that I won't be able to clear, so yeah, I will try Uber bosses. I'll try recording that in the next days, and you can see the progress on the build. I'm going to craft a different pair of gloves and compare the results to see which one will make me survive more. I'm going to craft a rare pair of gloves with impales, rage generation probably, with the eldritch implicits, or maybe a hunter influenced pair of gloves with the impales there. There's an impale node for a chance to impale with attacks. I'm not sure which I'm running, but yeah, I'll try that out. I will craft an abyss jewel Stygian Vice that can work for the build, increase the survivability, stack up the elemental resistances, because if I take this flask off, I get negative cold and lightning resistance. I have a lot of fire resistance because of comms. If you run Arn's Anguish, you have a lot of overcap fire resistance. Also, another thing that you can work on that build, you can scale a bit of the armor to survive with that other rare, but then you're gonna lack the +2 to socketed AoE gems, the grasping mail. There's the armor stackers trying that out with the tattoos, fire resistance, overcap, and everything. I wouldn't recommend that. You'd rather have this because you're gonna lose a lot of damage. So, and also you're gonna run just one banner, because I have showed that before, but I'm gonna show it again because this is a walkthrough. Not everyone is that's watching this video probably has watched the other one. Where's the here? Inspirational. Inspirational, what does it do? I'm gonna open the POB here. This is the POB right now. This is the power spike for the build. Inspirational. Banner skills have no reservation. When you create a banner, it gains 40% of the stages of your placed banner. So if you're running Dread banner and you drop it, War banner gets 40% of the amount of stages that you have currently on your Dread banner. So if you keep dropping War and Dread banner, you're scaling in a bunch of damage. If you drop both banners, I don't even know how much of damage you can scale with this build. I have never tried that myself. I might even deal way more damage because of the impale effects, and you got a lot of stuff that you get from Dread banner. What are the bonuses you get? When placed, aura effect per stage and area of effect. So you have more chance to impale, I think. Enemies have less accuracy rating and probably more impale effect on the boss. That's good. That's good. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I guess that's the biggest part of the build. On the POB, I'm calculating maximum effect for Pride. The enemy is always main because of the cluster jewel here. Which one is this one? Smite the Weak. I mean, you're always having your enemy maimed, so it's a lot of damage. They have slow as well. Intimidated. Why do you have Intimidated allocated? Well, I changed the Shield Crush into Awaken melee physical damage. You get 10% chance to Intimidate, which makes you deal way more physical damage. This POB is calculating kill a rare or unique recently, and I'm putting are you focused also. So if you don't have focus, this is your full DPS. You're always leeching, you're always having 50 rage, you're turning berserk on. The game already calculates the rage loss, so I'm not lying. This is not calculating like I'll always have 50 rage, because I'm inherently getting the attack speed and also the berserk buff effect. At the spikes I can deal a lot of damage, but then it counts the average DPS for each sequence of rage loss. So let's put it 0. See, 50 million, 50. Look, 5 rage, 0 rage. You see, it doesn't count. So 50, 49. You see, the DPS is going to be around, I would say, like 54 million from start to 0 rage. But then again, you're always generating a lot of rage because of the Enduring Cry. Enduring Cry generates a lot of rage. You're always leeching because you're Slayer. I'm Fortified because of the things. Onslaught because of Mage Blood. But then again, you can have... by the way, this is another thing that I need to explain. You can have the Onslaught Quicksilver Unique Flask, not the Kiara's one. The other one that grants you the... Onslaught per frenzy charge. You're going to consume your frenzy charges. The way to mitigate that, the best way to not waste your time, use Anomalous Blood Rage. Invest on that if you want to try Uber Bosses. If you want to try Uber Bosses, you're going to need to invest some currency on the build. Every build you need, pretty much. So yeah, I'm always at maximum frenzy charges because I'm hitting with the frenzy, so duh, it's obvious. So yeah. Melee distance to enemy 1. That's another thing. You deal more damage when you're up front to the enemy because of impact ascendancy node. Wait, what? Oh yeah. You see? Your Shield Crush. You're always dealing the melee distance to enemy because you get a lot of area of effect and you increase a lot of the minimum melee distance with the stuff here. So yeah, this is what I'm using for the ascendancy. I'm gonna link the PLB in the description so you can check that out. This video is really long, but if you want to really try and watch so far, I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, guys. Comment below. You can ask whatever. If you have any doubts on the build, talk to me. I will help you out. I don't mind at all helping you guys out. I think it's a helping hand, you know. I help you, you help me. This is the way it goes, you know. So yeah. Any questions? Go to the comment section. I'm waiting for that. And I hope you have enjoyed this breakdown around the build because it can sometimes be complex, you know. So yeah. See you in the next one, guys.